Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. Hey, I'm Scott, and my wife Cheryl and I travel around the world to find the best golf resorts for couples that are playable for a high handicap player and yet challenging enough for a low handicap player. Today, we're at Bandon Dunes Resort and at Sheep Ranch Golf Course. And we're going to answer the question, is Sheep Ranch Golf Course the most scenic of the courses at Bandon Dunes? So stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're new to our channel, we rate each golf resort and each golf course itself based on 5 criteria, based on how good of a resort or golf course is it for couples? Is it challenging for the low handicap player, yet playable for a high handicap player where everybody can enjoy? Our 5 categories are: number 1, layout and playability for all levels of players, both the high handicapper and the low handicapper. Category 2 is aesthetics, or the beauty of the golf course or the resort. Category 3, conditions of the golf course. How well kept is it? Category 4 is amenities, not only of the resort, but of the golf course itself. What all is there to do besides golf? What all do they offer? And category 5, probably the most important to couples who play golf out there and like to travel, is value, or bang for your buck. What exactly are you getting for the cost of your green fees or the cost of your stay at the resort? All right, so let's get started. Category 1, layout and playability. We're going to give the layout 4.5 stars, and playability for all levels of players a full 5 stars for Sheep Ranch. Originally, the course was a 13-hole course designed by Tom Doak, and it was kind of an afterthought on the north end of the resort. But later was renovated by Corin Crenshaw and turned into the 18-hole beauty that you play today. Literally, there are 9 greens right on the edge of the ocean. They call them infinity greens here, where it looks like you're just playing off into the Pacific Ocean. It is strikingly beautiful. As far as playability for all levels of players, as you can see on the scorecard behind me here, Sheep Ranch can place 5 sets of tees for all levels of players, running from 3,900 yards from the front all the way to just 6,600 yards from the very back. So any level of player can play at Sheep Ranch and play at the distance that's best suited for what their ability level is. There are no bunkers on the entire course, which is really unusual, but when they designed it, Corin Crenshaw said we didn't feel the need for bunkers because the course is so out in the open and exposed to the elements. So nature provides the hazards here. There are no forced carries over water, which is terrific for the high handicap player. Now, you've got water, you've got the Pacific Ocean borderlining 9 of the holes, but there's no forced carries over any water hazard. The fairways are extremely wide, which makes it easily played by a high handicap player. Yet it's a second shot golf course, so that'll challenge even the lowest handicap player. The only thing that keeps it from being a full 5 stars on layout, at least for me, is with those 9 beautiful holes on the ocean and a couple of the inland holes that were terrific holes as well. I just felt like there was a couple of, I don't know, kind of meh holes out there that were just kind of fit in with the land that they had left. Otherwise, it'd be a full 5 stars because the other 16 holes, 15, 16 holes were just incredible. And you've got a view of the ocean literally from every point on the golf course. Okay, category 2, aesthetics or wow factor. Well, both of us give Sheep Ranch a full 5 stars. If we give it more, we probably would. Like we said before, there are 9 greens that are right on the cliffs of the Pacific Ocean. Some, like number 1 and number 3, are what they call infinity greens, where it looks like you're just playing off into and the ball's going to land in the Pacific Ocean. Literally, you have a view of the ocean from almost every hole on the golf course, so it is a beautiful, peaceful walk. The ghost trees that line some of the holes, especially 17, provide kind of an ethereal effect to it, almost Edgar Allan Poe looking. Number one may be one of my favorite starting holes worldwide. It's a par 5 that's reachable in 2, depending on the wind. It starts out uphill and then goes downhill for your second shot, where you're hitting into what looks like the Pacific Ocean in one of those infinity greens. It's just a gorgeous hole, a great way to start. Number 3, as you can see on the screen, is a short par 3 with a massive green, one of those infinity greens. And about halfway into the green, there's you're going to think I'm exaggerating, about a 10-foot drop or swale that drops off and forms number 16 green, a par 3 on the back 9 right there. So if you carry it too long, you might have a 50-yard putt, 40-yard putt up a 10-foot ridge to where the pin's located. So it's a gorgeous golf hole. Number 5, another one of these great par 3s at Sheep Ranch, is a long par 3 with an infinity green that looks like your ball is going to drop off into the Pacific. Then you come to number 6, which, other than number 4 at Pacific Dunes and maybe 8 at Pebble Beach, it's got to be one of the coolest tee shots in American golf, as you're teeing off across the cliff. I mean, you've got to carry the Pacific Ocean. Uh, can't miss it right. You've got the entire United States left. You just cannot miss it right. It's a great golf hole. And then the green, the second shot's played back toward the green as it comes back right to the edge of the cliff. So it's awesome golf hole, very reminiscent of Pebble Beach. Holes 5, 6, 7 on the front, and then 15, 16, 17 on the back. Got to be some of the best 3-hole stretches you can play in the United States. It was so enjoyable, those 3 holes, and it just takes your breath away, the beauty of what God created and what Corin Crenshaw put, made it fit into that to where it looked like it's been there forever. Just awesome stretches of golf. A lot of people's one of their favorite holes on Sheep Ranch, number 11, and it's not even one of the holes on the ocean. It's a par 5, and you tee off and you're going back up the hill toward the clubhouse, and the hole's called Volcano, and you'll see why on your second shot. Second shot trying to get to the green in 2, the fairway really narrows down about 100 yards short of the green, and these 2 massive dunes on either side make it look like a volcano. And you've got a blind second, or if you lay up short of these 2 dunes, then your third short, a little wedge into the green, is blind, totally blind, kind of like you'd see at Prestwick in Scotland, or I don't know, Royal County Down, or Royal Portrush in Ireland. It's Royal Dornoch in Scotland. It's a really cool golf hole. And then you come on the back 9 to that 3-hole stretch of 15, 16, 17. Your second shot into 15, the green perched up on the edge of the cliff, and then the par 3 16th, right along, you can see here on the screen, right along the ocean. Beautiful stretch. And then you go to 17, which is one of my favorite holes at the resort. Short par 4, slight dog leg left, with the ghost trees lining the edge of the cliff there. It's just beautiful golf hole. And if the fog's coming in, it's like a old Vincent Price movie as you play it. And then you get to 18, and 18 is a really short par 5 going back up the hill to the clubhouse, and it's really short. Even the medium length hitter will get to this green in 2, which I think is genius, because you played 15, 16, 17 and had your breath taken away, and you're just grinning from ear to ear no matter what you made on the holes, as beautiful as they are. And then you get to 18 and you've got a chance to make a really good number on a really short par 5. It's just genius golf course architecture, I think, from Corin Crenshaw. As you get done and you make a good number on 18, and then you're looking back down the hill, you can see the entire golf course and the Pacific Ocean there. It's just an awesome way to end a round of golf. So 2 thumbs up on that finish stretch. All right, moving on. Category 3 is course conditions, and we're going to give Sheep Ranch 4 stars for course conditions. If you've seen our other videos in the Bandon series, you know, when you go to Bandon Dunes, you should expect to play seaside links type golf like you play in Scotland and Ireland, and that's exactly what it is. When we were there in late November, as you can see on the videos and pictures, the course was in excellent shape. Tee boxes were in good shape. The fairways were in great shape. Greens, really good shape. Now, remember, the greens are going to be slower. It's fescue grass. It's real sandy soil here. And remember, it's a public resort, so it gets thousands of rounds played on it every year. So if you go there expecting, I don't know, Baltusrol or Wingfoot or somewhere, Augusta National, where it's just immaculate, that's not what you're going to get, but it wasn't designed to be that. And I don't think you're going there expecting that. At least you shouldn't. You should be expecting seaside links experience, and that's exactly what the course architects at all 5 courses have delivered for you. So I've got no complaints over course conditions. Again, we went last week in November, and it was great. All right, amenities. We're going to give Bandon Dunes Resort 5 stars, if you've seen our other videos in the Bandon series. So the Bandon Dunes Resort itself is pretty much self-contained. Everything you could possibly need is right there on the resort. It's got 9 restaurants, 6 different lodging choices. It's got a spa, massage center, workout center, litter practice facilities, shuttle to get you anywhere you want to go. And if you want to expand out and leave the resort, there's all kinds of activities you can do around the area and in Coos Bay and Bandon itself. Lots of restaurants there as well. So 5 stars for the resort. And for Sheep Ranch itself, we're going to give it 3.5, 4 stars. Again, it's got a fully stocked pro shop that's got all the merch you could want from Sheep Ranch. It's got a restaurant on site that serves breakfast and lunch. They're known for their Irish lamb stew and their clam chowder. Believe it or not, the thing that gets the highest reviews is their breakfast burrito, which is a corned beef breakfast burrito of all things. So for amenities, 5 stars for the resort, 3.5, 4 stars for Sheep Ranch. All right, the 5th category, probably the most important to couples like us who want to get the most bang for their buck, is value. And Bandon Dunes and Sheep Ranch does not disappoint, at least if you go when we went the last week of November. As you can see on the screen, we were there that time, it was $100 green fees. This year when we go the last week in November, it's going to cost us $110 to play all 5 of the full-size courses, 18-hole courses. And I think the 2 short courses are $55. And the replays, if you play another course each day, it's only $55 in those months. So if you go between the end of November and you go December, January, February, you're getting an amazing deal. If you go in the spring, the closer you get to summer on either end, you're going to pay anywhere from $175 green fees to up to $290 as the days get longer. If you want to go in the summer, you say, well, we want to go when it's summer and you can play 36 holes every day, it's going to cost you $350. So it's not the same value. In fact, the room rates are much higher too. When we went in November, we paid $120 for our room. And I think this year it's going to cost us $140, and we're staying at the inn. Like we said in our other videos, it's literally going to cost us more to stay at the Portland airport than it's going to cost us to stay at Bandon Dunes. $110 green fees for 5 of the top 15 golf courses as rated by Golf Digest you can play in the United States is just insane. Weather-wise, you can see here's the weather when we were there in November. It was in the high 40s when we got up, and we played pretty early every day, and it got up into the high 50s, low 60s. I mean, you're on the Pacific coast, so the temperature doesn't change much throughout the year because of that cold water current that's off there. If you go in the summertime, look at the weather then, AccuWeather, then you're going to get up in the morning and it's going to be in the low 50s, and it's going to get up into the mid to high 60s every day. So there's not much difference, but there's a huge difference in price depending on when you go. So again, you can't beat when we went at the end of November, fully 5 stars for value. All right, so let's recap Sheep Ranch. Currently, Golf Digest ranks it the number 16 golf course, public golf course you can play in the United States. And I think we both agree it deserves to be ranked up there. Overall score from me would be, I'd give it 4.5 stars. What'd you think?
5. My favorite.
5 stars, yes. And your favorite.
Uh-huh.
So let's answer the question we posed in the video. Is Sheep Ranch the most scenic course at Bandon? Well, I believe it is.
Yes.
You had 9 greens right on the edge of the cliff, the infinity greens where you were just looking around all day.
I was going to say that was probably the biggest problem, is getting me to keep moving. So
Keep
I would
going.
just stop and stare.
Yeah.
So
It was beautiful bluebird day that day, and just sunshine
Mhm.
and ocean everywhere. I thought it was the most women friendly, high handicap friendly of the 5 golf courses because there weren't any bunkers.
Yes.
Yeah. And really, I only thought there was a couple of holes that were just kind of so-so that kept it from being 5 stars, but it's probably not fair comparing it to the other 15 or 16 holes, which were just amazing with the views all day. Would we play it again? Well, yeah. Well, we're not only playing it once when we go back this November, we're playing it twice.
Oh, we are?
Yes, twice.
Nice.
Because we had an extra day. So we had picked one of them to play twice. And since this was your favorite and the most women friendly, we're playing this one twice. Wow. All right. So you thought it was 5 stars. So why do you think it was 5 stars?
Lots of reasons. Well, obviously the views is the top reason, because you can't recreate that anywhere. You've got the beautiful views of the ocean. There's infinity greens, which is awesome because it's like it's going right off into the ocean. So that is absolutely beautiful. The greens are flatter. So I like that. And of course, no bunkers. So that is always a positive.
You didn't get any bunkers that day, did you?
No, I did not. It's amazing. Didn't have to even get in any sand. That's good. So yeah, that and the walk I thought wasn't near as difficult as, well, not that any of them are really that difficult, but this one is easier, I feel like.
Shorter between holes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, just for a woman's point of view, I feel like it was the easiest that way, but it also had the best views. So of course, I feel like it was created for women.
It was, but it was challenging for me, a low handicapper, because you had the wind. It's the most exposed. You're out there in the elements. So if it was windy that day, if we would have had the weather we had when we played Bandon, it would have been much more difficult because you're right out there and there's nothing to stop it. So we played it early in the morning and it was gorgeous.
As always, if you enjoyed this video and got value out of it, please hit our like and subscribe button below so that we can keep helping other couples who love to travel and play golf.
And be sure to stay tuned for our next video in the Bandon series as we rate Bandon trails, and keep joining us as we continue our travels around the golfing world. So we'll see you next time.